Hello and welcome to the No Fame podcast. Guys, we're back with Null Shore. I almost said The Lost Frontier. That would have been a lie. And we're all here. Bam, look at that. Video cut. It's all of us. Sinéad is not here. She's camping. But we've got the rest of the gang. And we've got a new face. Josh is joining us for Null Shore. Ooh, I wonder what's going to happen there. I wonder what kind of epic character Josh will have for this. Anyway, I won't spoil anything. Guys, we have no announcements at all. So without further ado, we're going to jump into this episode of Null Shore. Guys, last time we played, what a session it was indeed. You all were hot on the case of the missing librarian, Catherine Bell. You guys went to a town hall meeting, which directed you all onto Search Team 7, the last of the search teams, and the last in the search line that were out to search the Gloomwood National Forest. You all went on with what you needed to do that day before you met back in the forest. Venturing out, Xander ended up seeing a glowing, using his drone, saw a hot spot of like a heat map to the north and slightly to the east of your position. And the way you guys were facing in the forest, Beacon Mountain was to the west, to your left. You guys ventured in through the woods, losing track of Xander. Ooh, what happened there? Not only that, you came across a clearing with the old remnants of houses that once existed inside of the Gloomwood National Forest, and an apparition of a boy who was waving you to come in further into the village when it looked like he was struck down by something. You guys investigated the area. The remnants of the houses seemed old, like a good 100-odd years or more. Ben dug around in the dirt to try to find some evidence of what was happening, but or evidence of anything supernatural, basically, given that they just saw a ghost, but nothing with the house. Ed paid some respects to the grave marker that was there that said Bran O, and the rest of it had been cracked off just over time. You guys continued on and met up with what the glow to the north was, which wasn't Catherine Bell, as you guys were hoping, but a group of children camping with a fire in the forest. Ben had quite a conversation with the children, telling them off about the forest and interrogating them if they knew anything about Catherine, which they didn't really. They saw her working at the library during like when they're at school and stuff like that, but nothing really solid to go on. When all of a sudden you guys heard creaking and things falling in the forest. And upon investigation, this huge mechanical creature with a bright beacon of a face emitting light crawled out of a nearby pond and started attacking you. Anne rolled an insight check during the fight, and it didn't seem like it was malicious. It just seemed like it was doing something it was programmed to do, more or less. It didn't seem like it had any intent, cruel or otherwise. It just seemed like it was doing its own thing. But you guys had a pretty harrowing fight with this creature, resulting in Ben actually going down with a vicious cut from its one arm that's a giant blade, and its other arm holding another lantern, which occasionally it would throw out and summon fiery spirits to assist it. you guys eventually managed to take it down. Glomin poisoned Ben by trying to heal him in a perfect D&D moment. Just a great D&D moment of like, no, I'm gonna touch his skin when I cast Cure Wounds.
Glomin giveth and Glomin taketh away.
Just a beautiful moment. Truly perfect. But where we left off was Ben and Ed are kind of down below the little butte, the little raised, the little mini plateau of where the kids have their fire. You guys are kind of below that, tending to Ben's wounds with a medical kit, thanks to Ed, as they kind of discuss about supernatural events. Ed seemed quite disturbed by all of it. And Anne and Glomin, Lawrence were all up above when they all got a notification that Dale had a viral TikTok video where he was incredibly intoxicated from drinking with Glomin and Lawrence all morning. And then he decided to record, like he's outside, he's moving, and he's like recording and talking himself up. And then he's like, you see him another view, he tries to show something over his shoulder and it washes out, like it's too much for the camera. And then the third video is him, like now that I've learned how to use TikTok, I'm old. When you swipe up to the next, swipe up or down for the next video. I was like, oh, the next video plays. That's not how TikTok works, Justin. Past Justin. It just will repeat a video forever, and it's incredibly annoying. So the next video in Dale's trilogy, the Dale of the Rings, the Lord of the Dales, the Dale
Lord of the Dales
of the Dales. Jesus Christ, I'm off my own fucking
Return of the Dale.
Return of the Dale. Yeah. Two Dales. Ooh.
The two Dales.
You guys are the Fellowship of the Dales.
Oh God.
I think he would agree it should be the Dale ship of the Dales.
Yeah, for sure. Either way, his third video was him in some kind of it was dark interior of some sort, and he starts like kind of doing this like dance and stuff like that, and all of a sudden Dale just disappears from view. Some noises and stuff can be heard in the background of that video, but that's where we left off. Is Dale he disappears from view and everything goes black on his phone, and then he picks up his phone again and he's kind of looks scared and in complete darkness and is yelling out for Ben, his Ranger Daddy. Nope. Nope.
No, I like it. let's go with that.
His supervisor, his boss, yelling out for
Super Daddy.
First place my mind was like Ranger Daddy. It's because I listened to too much Dungeons and Daddies. That's why. He seemed scared and alone, and his voice was crackling and staticky and echoey as he's yelling out for help. It seems like when the signal of the video was being transmitted to the cell phone tower or whatever, it was having a difficult time getting there. So the end result was the video was extremely fragmented. We're going to pick up in the woods. I mean, we're still in the woods. A different part of the same woods. Xander, you got a little sidetracked. You were the one who kind of spotted this other light to your east, to your right in the east. And you started you accidentally trailed off from the group, and then when you look back over your shoulder, no one is behind you, and you don't really hear anyone either. Like, you don't hear them moving or talking. It was kind of like a quiet search for a while. You started kind of meandering towards this light. I want you to give me, we're getting right into it. I want you to give me either nature or survival, or if you want to make a different roll and justify it, I'd love to hear it. But nature or survival are the big two that pop up to me.
Okay. That's a good one, because if I'm looking around in the woods, that makes sense. But I feel like survival is like when you have to survive something. So yeah, I would say nature.
Sure.
Okay.
Either or.
Where is it? I should have went with survival. Fuck. But it's okay.
What did you get?
Oh no. I got a 1.
Nat 1?
Wait.
Yeah, you rolled a 7.
You rolled an
Was
eight
it
total.
a 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's better than a 1.
for sure, much better than a 1. Yeah, an 8 is not super great. You end up getting a little bit sidetracked, a little bit off the beaten path. There is no beaten path, but you kind of lose your way a little bit. I'm going to roll a D20 now, and let's see what the result is. It's a 13. Let's see what 13 does. Amazing. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, Xander.
17.
Oh, amazing. You make a step, and part of the ground actually gives way, and you manage to jump and kind of save yourself, and you kind of roll a bit in the mud, and you're kind of covered in like the dirt on the forest floor, and you hit like a stump of a tree, and you kind of look back, and a huge portion of like a slope had just kind of broken off, and all the dirt and mud just kind of slides down like a loose sediment, like it dried out over time and it's just given way. But you don't take any damage, and nothing terrible happens. You kind of check your drone, and you do still see when you pop down and look at the your side of the camera for the drone, you see
way, yeah.
Yeah, that's the word. You see the light to still slightly to your east, and then you do see further off now, kind of northwestish, more west than north at this point, that other light source. But you are heading for the one to the east. But don't let me tell you what you're doing. So after kind of like you've been trudging around for about an hour now, what do you think Xander is up to?
I'm not closer to that the first east light?
You are much closer to that one, yes.
So can I see it? Like it's not just a glow like from the drone, like I can actually physically see it through the woods now?
Give me a perception check, actually. Let's do it that way.
14 total.
14 total. Yeah, you can it's getting pretty dark. You can make it out. Yeah.
So if I can make it out, that means my drone can go over it. So I'm going to put my drone up like high through the trees, like really high.
Yeah.
And get the bird's eye with the drone before I like make my way to it, just to see if I can make out if there's like people or if it's...
Yeah. The drone with the 14, it's easy enough with the drone's sensors and all that good stuff. You spot what clearly on a heat map, because again, it is getting quite dark. It looks like smoke, and you see like a rough outline of like where it cools down for like what looks like it could be a roof of some sort. It's pretty heavily obscured by the tops of trees. Again, this is a huge forest with like redwood sized trees, more or less. But you do see smoke as if it's coming out of the chimney of something further up there.
Okay. I can't remember in the rules when we decided this if I can use the rangefinder at the same time as my drone.
You have to choose. So anytime you do something with the drone, it's like you're focused on the drone. You can set the drone. You can be like, hey, drone, fly, X amount of...
But yeah, I just wanted to hover over top.
Yeah, you can set that. You can just be like, hey, stay there, and then you can do your own thing.
Okay, yeah, let's do that because I want to pull out the rangefinder because that has like night vision goggles as well.
Okay, yeah.
So I want to zoom in because it's good for 2,100 feet.
Nice.
So I want to see if I can like make out if there's like movement of people or get any details I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna make I truly can't remember if we typed in any stats for that, but I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do a Savage Worlds type thing. I'm gonna say that gives you a +2 on top of that last perception check you did. So that'll bring it up to like a 16, let's say. And you do see the outside of. What you do see actually is. You kind of have to adjust the focus and the light, the sensitivity and everything of it a little bit to see this old gnarled fencing with these kind of like roots that have like started intertwining with this fencing, and then you do see like a very old shack, like kind of like dilapidating quite a bit. But there's a soft glow coming, like with the night vision, it blows out into that blinding green,
white hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so and at this point I can't talk to anybody, and none of us have radios, right?
You guys have a master radio to communicate with, which I think Ben has, to communicate with Chuck, the police chief. You guys have cell phones. That's an option.
I don't really know Chuck that well. Do I? Because we just met, right? Because I'm trying to.
You know Ben.
Who I would call.
You know Ben fairly well.
Okay. I'm gonna call Ben. With my phone.
Yeah, you don't get an answer.
So it just like keeps ringing.
Yeah. If this was a TV show, Ben would be getting cut down with a giant construct about now.
Okay. I will. I'll try the main radio.
You don't have Ben had the handheld radio.
Oh right. Okay. So I won't be doing that. Okay. Fuck it. I'm just gonna start making my way towards this building.
Yep. Yeah, you start to approach this. Again, the fencing is like this gnarled, old, falling apart. Just the wood looks super rotted out over time. And the trees are actually kind of intertwining around this fence. You see some like flowers, some like night blooming flowers. A couple of them every so often, not a whole lot of them. And a soft glow is coming in through like these shutters on the window itself. Like these old kind of, one of them is actually hanging a little bit like on an angle, like the hinges have given out over time. But a soft glow is coming from inside of those. And we're going to cut over to the campsite. Ed and Ben, you guys are down below. You've been discussing kind of going over Ben's tattoos and some of the spookier aspects. And Glomin and Anne and Lawrence and all the kids are up on top of the butte, the little plateau. And you guys are, what are you guys doing basically? Anne just started cooking food. Anne looks pretty like over it. She's like, fuck this, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat. Like, you see her break out some cooking, like some like eggs and some hard crackers and a little bit of water and stuff like that.
Ed is kind of amazed that the eggs have held up over everything that's happened.
They're in a steel case.
But thinking back is like, what? That's not the craziest thing I've seen today.
Ben is wondering what constitutes a soft cracker.
Anna's cooking. Glomin and Lawrence are with Anne and the kids up top. The TikTok, you guys just came off of seeing the TikTok video, really. So Anne is kind of just like, this night is fucking wild, and she's put the cast iron pan that she used to hit the lantern construct with previously over the fire, and she's kind of starting to roast up. You guys can instantly smell like eggs and bacon and stuff like that. But yeah.
What was the level of urgency of Dale's situation?
He was shouting for help. It seemed like he was doing a weird dance of some kind. You hear like Lawrence and them were kind of laughing. Like you could hear their. It's very easy to hear what's going on top of that little hill there. They were kind of laughing, and then it was like, Lawrence was like, oh man, that was fucking wild. He just like, he disappeared, man. Like, holy fucking shit. That's, he didn't tell us he was a magician. That was nuts. Although he did make a lot of shots disappear. Hey,
Did anyone show Ed the Tic Tac? Because otherwise he wouldn't have seen it.
I think you guys were tending Ben's wounds, but you definitely heard all of the conversation about it.
Well, in that, Glomin's gonna give it a like.
Amazing. Like.
and then Glomin's gonna comment. You right, bro? And then close his phone.
I feel pretty nauseous, and I don't know if that's from being split in twain or from the bit of healing that you gave me. That's one of those double-edged sword situations, isn't it?
Do you want me to touch you again?
I'm intrigued, and I might later, but I think that Dale might be drowning, and while he is annoying, I don't want the kid to die. So I think we should make our way. I think we should make our way to the coast. So maybe touch me later.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah. Let's make our way to Dale. We should save Dale. But I did send him I commented just to see if he was okay though. So we can always wait to see if he.
Oh, okay, yeah, just wait.
I can report it. I can report the video.
Glomin, you get a notification, a TikTok notification on your phone.
What does it say?
When you kind of tap it and open it, I wonder how facial recognition works for. Anyway, when you tap and open it, I need you, Glomin, to give me a luck check. Roll a d20, and on a 11 to you want 11 to 20 basically.
All right. 15.
15. Your phone starts to superheat, and you see like TikTok opens where you just commented, and then it's like all this gibberish is popping up on the screen as if it was like a comment on your comment, a reply on your comment. There we go. But it's all this gibberish words that none of it really. It's not in any language, or it's just nonsense. And then your phone starts to like heat up, and you turn off your phone screen, and then it starts to like cool down almost instantly.
Weird.
And the like counter was just like ticking the entire time, ticking up.
Oh, so I'm going to become TikTok famous too.
Ed, give me a perception check, Ed.
At least if he goes, it will have been doing what he always wanted to do, go viral.
21. You hear some like kind of shuffling and movement coming from not the pond that the construct crawled its way out of, which is still, by the way, next to you guys, because you guys are down below. But to the south in the forest, you hear some like branches moving and some noise coming from that direction. We're gonna cut from that. Josh, the cops are on the way.
The sound I heard is just the police car coming through woods.
It's oregano, man, I swear.
You're under arrest, motherfucker.
Aren't you all a little old to be underage drinking?
What timing? Josh,
just a little bit.
We find your character in the Gloomwood National Forest. How about describing and what's the name of your character? Introduce us to your character, please.
Oh, are you guys ready for this?
Very much so.
So this is my character's
Chad.
name is Chad. He's he's a lovely fellow. He's wearing a designer white shirt with a bright blue vest, some dark board shorts, and flip-flops for this search through the woods. You'll also notice that he's carrying a backpack, but it's a Coors Light, like cooler backpack. Just because he can never go anywhere without that. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, that's pretty much the defining characteristics of his personality. If you guys have ever met Chad, you've met Chad. So
he's what do they call it? Douche bro. Yeah.
Yeah, he a douche bro.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't describe it that way, but yes,
never do.
Yes, you were right. That is Chad. Just wait till he starts talking. You're gonna love
Chad,
it.
Wait till he meets Xander. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Chad, you're kind of going through the forest here. You've kind of just doing what you do. You got a little bit lost, and you were kind of out doing your own thing, and you're kind of stumbling through some branches and some of the forest, and you got a little bit tangled up, and you see like a campfire up ahead and some figures. You can't really make them out, but you stumbled across something.
Do I smell what Anna's cooking?
Give me a perception check, actually.
I don't know why I just heard that in the rocks sentence.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I could see the ring and the lights flashing and everything.
Yeah.
Can you smell what Anna's cooking?
I have no idea why my brain did that.
That's Chad's favorite TV show.
Oh, yes, because it's real.
It's definitely a WWE
Dan
fan.
collects little figurines.
A
That's a 7.
No, and in fact, you kind of bump your face off like a tree, and now you got that, that when you're too close to a tree, that kind of musty, that kind of smell, and you're like, and Ed, you hear some coughing in the distance.
Oh shit! Fuck! Ow!
Ed goes down.
Where the fuck
Ed
am
goes
I?
down with his rifle out, and just kind of pokes it right into Chad's face. Who are you?
Whoa, bro! Whoa! I'm Chad. I'm just here to help out. Whoa!
Help who out?
Who are you? That librarian girl that you all said was missing. I'm not from here, man. I'm just trying to
Ed
help
puts
out.
down his rifle and just walks back to everybody
We all
else.
just Whoa.
Lawrence,
Maybe I'll go back.
Lawrence, one of your buddies is here.
Oh, hey. Oh, no. Glomin. No, Glomin's already here, man. Dale's here. Dale, you're TikTok famous, man. Give us...
No, some dude named Chad.
Who's Dale?
Lawrence looks at Glomin. Man, did we meet a Chad earlier? I don't remember Chad.
I don't know, but I'm Glomin, and I'll put my hand out to shake it.
Nice to meet you, Glomin. I'm Chad.
Nice to meet you.
You
I will
need to
definitely
make a
shake his hand.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, amazing.
Wow.
You have this like goopy slime on your hand, and in the glow of the fire that's kind of nearby, you can see it's kind of like this greenish yellowish. You feel a little bit. You're like it tingles like it's like you hit your funny bone, but you don't feel anything else.
Oh man, that you probably should wash up a little bit, bro. But I'm just hair of the dog. Let's have a beer. Crack one open and hand it to Glomin.
Anne holds up her hand and she's like, "Beer me." Yeah, she's like, like
I just toss one.
It's like a missile.
Yeah, it's a new monk weapon.
Yeah, sorry.
And is there any chance that we can get those sandwiches to go? I think Dale might need a hand.
She's like,
You guys are making
Like, I
sandwiches?
thought we were gonna take a little break. I'm pretty tired. I don't know what we just went through. That was a lot. And only now the wind is calming down, like in the area.
Ben, did
But
you say?
I don't know what we went through either.
Ben, did you say that Dale was drowning?
I mean, he vanished into a wave, and I know that kid is not the strongest swimmer.
We should probably go then.
We really should.
We know
I
where
mean,
he
he's
is.
probably going to be
Do you guys get good waves
drowned
around
by
here?
the time we get there.
You hear a small younger voice of a young girl. She's like, what, guys, what do you mean Dale's in trouble? I didn't. And she like holds up her phone, and Callie, Dale's younger sister, is there, and she's like he, and she like scrolls back through his feed, and she's like, no, he kind of just vanishes, and she like turns the brightness like way up, and you guys are like, oh fuck, on her phone, and it looks like the interior of some kind of room of some sort, and it looks kind of a bit shabby, and Dale just is just gone, and his phone falls over because he had it just kind of.
Oh, so I thought he was on like the rocks by the coastline.
One of the earlier videos, it sounded like that. And then the final video, he's in an interior, and he completely disappears in the video. And Lawrence is like, yeah, man, it's like a magic trick. The dude's like fucking,
okay.
What's his name? Bruce Wayne?
No, I changed. We've been downgraded in urgency. We can definitely eat those sandwiches here and take a little rest. There's a very good chance that, Dale's been binging Chris Angel's Mind Freak.
Oh yeah,
lately.
man, he is a mind freak.
So he's probably he clearly is a mind freak.
Wow.
So I'm going to eat an egg and bacon sandwich in the middle of the woods and continue my lecture on appropriate fire etiquette in the national forest.
Callie's like, we go through this so Dale is always going on,
and you don't learn.
Yeah, but we just don't get caught usually. That's the difference.
What?
We gotta.
Is
still...
Dale's sister's called Kelly?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Can you track Dale's phone?
Oh, yeah. We've got like the family plan, and she like opens up Find My iPhone or whatever that app is called. The one I'm sure I've never used in my life. And she like opens it, and it shows like people you register, like if people agree to. I think that's how it works. If people agree to it, you can see where their phone location is and stuff like that. And she like kind of like scans over it, and she's like, he's at least as far as my signal goes, he must have his phone off.
Well, that was
we've been
fruitful.
upgraded in urgency. Dale never turns off his phone.
Maybe we should get out of here.
Anne is like,
We don't
okay,
know where
well,
Dale is.
the bacon and eggs just finished, so I can I'll make it into a sandwich, I guess.
I mean,
All right.
don't be too hasty. Let's sit down and eat first, and then we'll take off.
All right, fine.
You guys mind if I stick with you? I kind of lost my groove.
Yeah,
Did you say
look like,
groove or group?
Well, both,
Oh,
but
okay.
my group, bro. I
Because
lost my
if you
groove.
need groove, Glomin has loads.
They're out over there.
This guy's got a cooler full
Oh,
of beers.
Glomin's got groove?
It's like, hey,
Saying.
I mean, I got darts, too. We could have
What?
a game if you guys want.
you brought a full set of darts.
Darts? Yeah, man. I got a brand new pack from Can Tire.
Man.
Like last week.
This is turning out to be the best camping trip ever.
I thought you meant cigarettes. I was excited for a moment.
Nah, man. I don't put that shit in my lungs. That's
Man,
bad for
you don't know what's good for you.
He says as he lights up a joint.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh, I'll put that shit in my lungs, though. Pass that
hey,
on.
that's what we're talking about, man. Lawrence has like this big scraggly beard and like graying hair and like an old trucker's
Yeah.
cap and like this once black t-shirt that's now gray, and his jeans are kind of like a little bit raggedy. He's like, yeah, man, fuck yeah, dude, let's fucking.
You and I are gonna be the best of friends.
Yeah, you
brother.
guys should go over there and
It's gonna
talk
be
about
rad.
it.
Glomin, you're kind of like enjoying this whole thing and chilling out, and all of a sudden, a tree right next to you, the branches start to reach out and wrap around you. And we're gonna cut back to the cabin in the woods. Xander, you've approached this shack now, and you're kind of like looking at it. Again, dilapidated. Some of the things are like kind of hanging on the shutters are like hanging on angles, but there is like a soft glow coming from inside.
So how far away am I from this shack now?
The fence is about 15 feet from the shack, and you're if you want to be outside the fence, you can be however close to that, really.
Okay. I am not visible, eh? Like if there was someone inside, like I'm in an area by the fence where I'm not just standing there like a pylon.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. I'd say even your passive stealth is pretty high for being a rogue. So,
I'm gonna make sure that I'm like out of the way, so that if there is somebody in there, if they come outside, they won't see me.
Okay. Yeah.
So like probably post up on a tree or something. But I'm gonna bring my drone down to that rickety shutter and just kind of take a peek inside without actually going inside of it to see if I can see through the window.
Yeah, it's very, very easy to get a peek inside. Inside, it looks kind of, it's kind of dingy, I guess the word is. Like, you see, like, old shelves, and there's, like, a bunch of old, like, kind of books and what have you on it. And there's, like, a small kind of cooking area with all these, like, just a clutter of pots and pans and things like that. There's actually it's a wood stove, like a wood oven. And there's like a big iron cast pot on the top of it, and it's kind of like you see some steam coming out of that, and a lot of the glow is coming from this wood stove oven, as the front is just kind of open, letting like the heat and stuff get around. And you see a person they've got like long grayish like hair, and you see like a side profile. You can tell they've got like kind of an unkempt beard as well. They're wearing like kind of like an old like a robe type situation. It's kind of like a little bit dingy as well, and they kind of like make their way like kind of shaking, and they go up to the pot and they stir that around, and they go back to the bookshelf and they open a book and they're like, yeah, you hear some like muttering, and they go back to the pot and they stir the pot. And like takes a spoonful and is like and like pours some salt in and goes back to the bookshelf and like hauls down a different book and starts looking. No, it's not there, it's not this, it's not that. And yeah, that's kind of what's happening on the inside.
So can I see like what this hut is made out of? Is it like does it have a straw top on it? Is it like sticks, or is it like an actual house?
Yeah, it looks like it was made to be a house, like a cabin more so, like just wooden slat, walls are made of just wood, like boards. The roof is old shingles, like mostly the shingles are gone, but it once did have shingles at some point. But again,
so does it have a hole in it?
There's windows, and if you want to give me an investigation check, if you want to kind of walk around and
yeah, because I have something I'm going to do here, so I'm just trying to get the information before I know what I'm doing to it.
Yeah.
You said, what was it, investigation?
Yeah.
17.
There's small holes. Every now and then there's a hole, like a small break and crack in the boards. The big holes obviously would be the door and the windows and stuff like that. Some of the windows are actual windows, like they're just panes, like the sliders.
Yeah.
But this one seems to be shutters, and it's kind of, again, half of it's a little bit open and hanging off to the side. And this person seems to be going about their own business on the inside.
But I mean, like, is one of the windows or areas big enough to like put something through it? That's in a, like a.
Are we talking like an ant or an elephant or?
No, like something, like a fist size, kind of.
The shuttered window, you could do something like that.
Okay, so what I would like to do is I'd like to light my torch and throw it in it.
Okay, so you light your torch and are you trying to do this sneakily or? No,
I'll just throw it in it. I'm far enough away.
Oh, so you're throwing it through the window, you're at a distance.
Yeah, I'm like the drone was close to the shack, but I was like back.
Yeah, the drone was up above the shack.
Right.
Give me.
But I wanted to.
Just give me a dex. You're a rogue. This is an improvised weapon, but I'll say, just making a dexterity check and add your proficiency, which is 2. So whatever you roll for your dex check, plus 2.
Okay, so it says 8 plus 3 is 11, so then it would be 13.
13, yeah. 13, it hits off of like a shutter, and like the shutter like creaks in, and it kind of like stumbles, and you hear a voice. What was? And you hear like, where did this come from? And you hear, and you see like smoke coming out through the window that you just threw this thing through, and like, and the shutters whip open. You see this like old man, and he's again like grayish white beard and like this crazed look on his face. He's like, who's? Come back. I'll show you, you fucks. And he like runs back inside, and he comes back out, and he's got a book, and he's like, no, it's not this one. It's not this book. And he goes back, and he's like, it wasn't book, it was gun. And he comes back, and he's got a gun, and he's like like this old like shotgun. He's like, I'm not afraid to use this. You're not gonna take me this time.
I'll use the rest of my turn for the silencer on my handgun.
So that was your main action. He kind of like comes out, and he's like looking around with the gun. Or not out, but he's in the window, kind of like looking out, and he looks scared, I guess, is kind of the general vibe, or like freaked out. I guess. Freaked out is more of a, and he kind of like still like looking out, and you can see like he's kind of shaded a little bit with the being backlit with the fire, but he's kind of like waving the gun frantically, like, you're not gonna take me again.
It didn't go how I wanted it to, but it's equally as good. I'm happy. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I can't really do much.
I know the mayor. I am the mayor.
Is it a movement or anything if I like make like a owl sound?
No, you give me like a performance. Give me a performance check.
I just want to like woohoo and say
he knows the secret code.
15 minus 3, so 12.
12. Okay. I'm going to
I'm not good on performance.
The beginning of this scene playing out reminded me of like Billy Madison. A flaming bag of poop.
Yeah.
Don't put it out with your boot, Tad.
That's for sure the vibe. Guys, we're gonna do. You can see a video here. I'm gonna roll a disadvantage insight check to see. No, sorry, not disadvantage. Just a regular insight check to see if this person is convinced by this hoot. Here we go. That's a big old 2. That's a big old 2 right there. Amazing. No, this person is like, fucking owls, and shoots off into a tree, like way up, not even close to you, but just like pointing up at the top of a tree, like, I warned you once, stay away from my property. And like shuts the shutters and like runs back inside, and you hear some like muttering, and then the shutters open, and your torch was like tossed back out at a tree. Stay off my property, you fucking owls.
I'll just go grab my torch like sneakily, and then that's it for my turn.
Okay, you grab your torch, Xander, and easy enough. The shutters are closed, and you hear some like rummaging around on the inside, and it's like, oh, those fucking owls! I gotta set up some scarecrow and maybe some traps, maybe some bear traps in the trees, and I'm gonna make sure they don't those fucking owls don't come and get me.
Would it take I guess it would be an action, or would it be a bonus for me to like mark on my GPS tracker this location, like on that tracker?
Yeah, that's simple enough. You can use like if this was a turn, you just take a moment to mark.
Okay, yeah, I just want to mark this because I'm just gonna make my way back to everyone else. He's clearly nuts.
Ed's dad takes offense to that.
That's unfortunate.
Back with the campfire group, Glomin, these trees, the branches reach down and start. You see them like wrapping slowly around you.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. The No Fame Podcast Null Short is Justin Crane as Dungeon Master,
Josh Fritz as Chad,
Justin Gaudreault as Xander, Tom Pickup as Glomin, Patrick O'Reilly as Ed, Matt Hidgon as Ben. Intro music written and recorded by Justin Crane at Crane Audio. All other music supplied by Epidemic Sounds. Be sure to follow us at NoFamePod. Check us out at patreon.com/NoFamePod, and we will catch you later on.
Almost like a Canadian, what?
Justin, you're froze for me and have been for quite a while.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. If you can deal with me being frozen. If not,
I've been dealing with it for like 5 minutes now.
If not, you have to.
If you can deal with it.
If not, you.
If I just reload.
Yeah, just refresh, and I'll have to start your recording again.
Doctor, there's this knife in my leg. Can you deal with it?